Hello friends, in this video we are going to talk about how to calculate net present value using Excel. So let's open our worksheet and first, what is net present value? So net present value is the difference between present value of cash inflows and present value of cash outflows over a period of time. So let us try to understand it by an example. Assume that there is a certain project is there and you have invested certain amount in this particular project. Let us say it is 10,000 USD you are investing in this project. This project is going to fetch certain return over a certain period of time. So in this case, yearly returns are being generated. First year and you have got a return of 2,000. Second year return you have got a return of 3,000. Third year and you have got a return of 4,000. Fourth year and it is 5,000, and fifth year again you have got a return of 4,000. Now if you see the summation of these returns which you have got over a certain period of time is, in absolute term, it is 18,000. This 18,000 is definitely higher than the initial investment, but to compare this project we have to discount these future cash receivables and bring the present value of these future cash receivables as on this initial investment date, i.e. the zero period. So what could be the present value of this 2000, present value of this 3000, etc. on this zero date, whether that is more than our initial investment of 10,000 or not. That's what is the objective of this NPV formula. If that investment if that future receivables, present value of future receivables is going to be higher than the initial investment, then only a project is going to make some sense to invest in. Otherwise, it will be a loss-making proposition. So now let us move ahead. In Excel, there are two formulas are there which are used to work out the net present value. First is NPV with two arguments: rate is the discount rate, and the value is the stream of cash inflow and outflow. Second formula is XNPV, which has three arguments. First is rate, second is value, and third is the date. Now, what is the difference between this NPV and XNPV? The difference is here. XNPV returns the net present value of a schedule of cash flows that is not necessarily periodic. So we can see from our previous example, here the returns are at a certain periodic interval. Every year end the returns are there. So if you get a case like this, you can simply use the NPV formula. But if you are getting a return where the periodicity is not uniform, let us say the second return you have got at 1.5 year, 1 year and 6 months. And then third return you have got at third year end, like that. So periodicity is not properly maintained. In this case, you need to have a exact dates on which you have received this future inflows, and then you have to use XNPV formula to work out the net present value. Now let's move ahead. So here is a mathematical equation which is used to work out the net present value. In this equation, Z1 is the cash inflow in time 1, which is discounted by the rate R. This is cash inflow in time 2, which is discounted by the rate R, and the summation of all the cash receivable which are discounted for the given time, and out of that the initial investment is subtracted to arrive at the net present value. X0 is the cash outflow in the time 0, or we can say the initial investment. So now let us try to work out using this example. So we have taken an annual discount rate of 5%, and this is the initial investment 10,000, and these are the returns which are generated by this investment. So total 18,000 has been generated by this particular investment. At a regular interval the returns are being generated, i.e. every year, and these returns are being generated. So let us try to work out the NPV using the formula. So go to FX insert function and choose the NPV and put the discount rate there. Second is put the values. Here you need to take care that you have to put the subsequent inflows value first, and whatever has come out of that you have to subtract the initial investment. Now in this case, as my initial investment is in minus, so I will simply add it. If I subtract it, then it will be a double. So I add it to work out my net present value. So my net present value of these future receivables is going to be 5,328. So this project makes some sense because I am getting a positive return. This NPV can also be worked out by using the present value formula. So for that, all these future receivables, you have to get the present value of these future receivables. So let us try to do it for every period. So go to function tab and choose the present value formula. Put the rate of discount, that is 5%. Now NPER is the total number of payment period in an investment. So we are going to work out this for first period. Then payment is the payment made each period and cannot change over a investment. This is for some payment which we are making in between at regular interval, like in between if there is monthly payments are there, that can be taken. Now future value is this 2000, and here we need to take care that we have to give this future value in negative to arrive at the present value in positive. Otherwise this present value will come in negative. So put negative mark there. And then the type is whether this is at the beginning. If it is at the beginning of the period, then 1, or if it is end of the period, you can put 0. You can leave it blank also, it will automatically take 0. So 1904.76 is the discounted present value of this 2000 rupees which you are going to receive at the end of first year. This discounted value is going to be as on today. Similarly, we can work out the discounted value of all other receivables also. Before that, we have to freeze certain cells which are going to remain same for the other figures also. So that is the discount rate. So we have frozen the discount rate cell, and now when we drag it, we will get the discounted values of these cash flows. And now we can sum it up. And you can see 15,328 is the discounted value of this receivable. Out of this, when you will subtract the initial outflow, you will get the final NPV. So you can see, instead of NPV formula, we can work out the NPV using the present value formula also. Now we move on to the other segment, that is XNPV. In case of XNPV, the same example is taken. Initial investment is 10,000 and then subsequent returns are there. Only variation which we have done is, instead of returns at periodic interval, we have changed one date. First we will do it with periodic interval, then we will move on to with some broken period in between. So here also every return is going to be at the 1 year interval. So let us first work out XNPV. So go to function tab, choose XNPV, and then first is the rate. So put the rate 5%, then value. Here you have to take the initial outflow and subsequent inflow both. And then the column for date is there. So you have to put the dates there. And you can see it's nearly same, 5328 and 5327.4. Now, if I change certain date, let us say this receivable inflow is not going to come on 21st May, but it has got delayed and it has come after 5 months. So let us say 21st of October 2024. Now what happens? You can see it has automatically changed my net present value. So in a big Excel sheet where you are working on this net present value, and after certain time you realize that there is some mismatches there in the cash inflow, and the cash inflow is not actually received on a particular given periodic interval but later on. So there you can simply change the date and the entire sheet will get automatically, if it is connected, it will automatically change, but it will not be the same in case of NPV formula. So I recommend using XNPV formula if the given dates are available, because this will give you more flexibility in a we can say larger sheet. So thanks for watching my video, and please subscribe.